Coming up now, a takeoff you will not want to miss, and a demonstration of manoeuvrability by a large transport aircraft beyond compare, and one that also shows us not just a good sequence of exciting looking air display manoeuvres. No, this all has a lot of tactical relevance in the sort of environments that this aircraft, quite apart from being a good strategic airlifter, is currently operating in around the world. From Airbus Defence and Space, the A400M. Climbing to about 1,000 feet before descending back towards the display line at a speed somewhere in the region of 160 to 180 knots. Straight off takeoff there, that very, very steep climb, about 45 degrees nose up initially, literally hanging in on the power as the aircraft had very little or no momentum at that stage. As with other Airbus products, the manufacturing of the A400M, known to the RIAT as the Atlas, is of course a multinational effort in itself. All the major assemblies get flown to the Airbus final assembly plant in Seville in Spain, and the British contribution to the production effort is the outer wing box and the flaps, which are built at the plant at Filton in Bristol. And some 30% of the complete structure of the A400M is made up of composites, which is more than any other large military aeroplane. Yeah, absolutely. The design philosophy for the tactical environment is what makes this such an exciting aircraft to display. Side stick control coupled with advanced fly-by-wire, a flight envelope protection system giving virtually carefree handling. Unusually for a big aircraft like this, a head-up display enabling the pilots to keep their heads out of the cockpit all the time. And as you say, an extensive use of carbon fibre, giving the aircraft plus 2.5 G, up to 120 degrees angular bank and 60 degrees of pitch capability. One of these aircraft can take a single load of up to 16 tonnes or a mixture of items on board totalling 25 tonnes. There's room in the medical evacuation roll for up to 66 standard size stretchers and 25 medical personnel, but it can also take loads like a single Cougar or Super Puma helicopter, a single NH-90 helicopter, one of which we've got in the static park along with the Cougar as well, 2 Lynx, 2 Apaches or 2 Eurocopter Tigers. In terms of military vehicles, 3 large armoured vehicles or 3 Land Rovers with trailers. And another role of the A400M is air-to-air refuelling. At the upper end of the spectrum it can refuel fighters, but it can also fly slowly enough, as we see here, to refuel helicopters. Previous generations of tactical airlifters have got good tactical performance, perhaps not quite as good as the A400M, but cannot carry outsized loads over strategic distances. Indeed, this aircraft can fly in excess of 4,022 ordered. Number 70 Squadron uses them for global strategic missions. Number 24 Squadron is training crews. The RIAT is working up to a full operational capability in the tactical role in 2021, once the fleet is complete, but they're working up to that with low-level missions, operations from austere strips, use of night vision goggles and so forth, and enjoying the aircraft's manoeuvrability. Tactical environment, you need an airlifter to be agile, don't you? It's not just something for hauling cargo. It's got to be manoeuvrable enough in the sort of low-level environments to evade the attentions of fighters, maybe evade small arms fire and the like from the ground as well. Yeah, absolutely. All of those roles require an aircraft that is not only manoeuvrable but is strong with it. This is also coupled with some very advanced countermeasure systems on board this aircraft.
So not only is the aircraft able to evade in a tactical environment physically, electronically it is also able to jam radars and various other offensive weapons to this particular aircraft.
Speeding up now to somewhere around 250 to 280 knots, and a pull up to 45 to 50 degrees nose up, and then using the full capability to bank over to 120 degrees. This returns to lower level afterwards, may well use in a tactical environment in order to evade the attentions of ground-based threats.
In a scenario where this aircraft is avoiding an enemy fighter, you don't actually have to engage in that aircraft combat for too long. You just have to jam the weapon system either electronically or physically for sufficient period for the fighter either to lose interest or to run out of fuel.
The RAF recently set a new record with one of its Atlas C1s when they dropped a 23-ton load by parachute over the Salisbury Plain training area, and that is the heaviest load ever airdropped by a UK military aircraft.
Yeah, indeed. A very interesting fact which to enable the optimum amount of thrust from those big propellers whilst the aircraft is flying straight and level.
Bringing the tactical demonstration to a close in the best possible way with a tactical landing. Very tight approach, and then it'll be coming to a stop in an incredibly short distance for such a big aeroplane.
Yeah, the pilots have complete control over these big propellers with the ability to put them into what's known as the beta position to produce reverse thrust and reduce the ground roll, as we'll see here, to about 1,500 feet.
So they get a touchdown somewhere around 3,000 feet into the runway. How far does it take them to stop? Not far. Curiel Tormo from Spain and Gary Krayenbu from Switzerland. Eduardo's been part of the A400M display crew at RIAT before. Gary's doing his first A400M displays this weekend, and he's got a wide range of experience on the air show circuit. He's displayed the Eurofighter Typhoon, the Space Show, and also shown Airbus A400M recollection of the government aircraft get combo. Everybody, before we move on to the next item, to keep a close hold of all your belongings, please. That can still work very hard to ensure that we're very safe and secure here. The name of the airfield is, of course, the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows, and we'll see them creating a